Welcome to MojoPlays. Today, we're looking at 10 crazy mods in Resident Evil Village. Before we begin, we publish new content all week long, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Who says you can't improve on perfection? Play as Lady Dimitrescu by Rack. Ethan Winters isn't really anybody's absolute favorite Resident Evil character. He's good in his own ways, especially once you reach the end of Village and uncover the truth about him, but he still doesn't have the charisma of many of the franchise's best heroes and villains. If you want, you can ditch Ethan entirely and play as Lady D herself. Though you won't be as tall as the actual Lady Dimitrescu since this is just a reskin, it's still a lot of fun to play as her as she tries to kill you. You can also change Ethan into Cassandra, one of the three daughters, if you like, and either mod can be used for the entire game. Flyswatter by Steve BG23 and Crazy Potato. We already had enough insect swarms in Resident Evil 7, so why did Capcom feel the need to add even more bugs to Village? If you were thinking the same thing, then never fear. This mod will swap Ethan's trusty knife for a useful fly swatter, able to take out those clouds of bugs the three daughters take with them everywhere they go. And if you really hate bugs and don't want to see them at all, a mod exists for that too. You can completely remove the flies so that you don't have to put up with them. While this might make it tricky to tell exactly how close your pursuer is, it's a whole lot better than being mobbed.
See, there you are.
Daughters of Yorha by J. Tegius Kidius.
Taken alive, dead, which would you prefer?
Just a few weeks before Village dropped, Nier Replicant released, a remaster of the 2010 game. If you just can't choose between playing Village or Nier, don't worry, this mod has you covered. It will transform Lady Dimitrescu's three daughters into Yorha androids. Unfortunately, this won't make them willing to save humanity from total annihilation. They've still got it out for Ethan and will relentlessly pursue him through the castle. But it does make those encounters more exciting, especially if you're replaying Village and doing additional challenges. And there are plenty of similar mods for Chris Redfield too. You can dress him up as a sailor or as Dante from Devil May Cry.
You stay out of our business, Ethan.
Banana Gun and Spoon Knife by Steve BG23.
Take it! Take it!
Did you get tired of all those fancy state-of-the-art weapons the Duke offers once you're near the endgame? So did we. That's why you should install this mod as soon as possible. It's exactly what it sounds like, replacing Ethan's default handgun with a banana and giving him a spoon instead of a knife. Watching him reload his gun by putting a new skin on the banana is hilarious. If nothing else, at least he'll be able to enjoy a banana split before his ultimate doom at the hands of the Four Lords. And defeating them with these weapons might make Ethan the most powerful character in Resident Evil history. Ghostface by Giorgio. You'll probably get sick of seeing the same old undead enemies relatively quickly, desperate for some more unique encounters. But this mod means you'll never tire of taking down the zombified hordes, because every single one of them will look like Ghostface from the Scream franchise. Luckily, they're not as fast or as resilient as the actual Ghostface, but it's nice to see even more horror tributes in a game already full of them. And if that's not your style, a mod existed for the demo that instead switched out the enemies in the castle cellar with Barney the dinosaur, which is even more horrifying in its own way. Lady Wong by Steve BG23. Ada Wong hasn't been in a mainline Resident Evil game for a while. She was a playable character in Resident Evil 6 and the remake of 2, but many people are missing the enigmatic spy. One modder has taken the liberty of adding Ada into Resident Evil Village in the biggest role of all. Lady D has been remodeled to look just like her, albeit if Ada was almost 10 feet tall. The resemblance is uncanny, and hopefully Capcom takes this mod as an invitation to bring back more classic characters in the next game. Chris is all well and good, but there are plenty more faces we'd like to see make a grand return. Spongebob Paintings and Photos by Kush Astronaut. A difficult choice faces every gamer in 2021. Do you want to play Resident Evil Village, or do you want to watch SpongeBob SquarePants? Thankfully, modders are here to ensure you never have to make that decision. A mod now exists that will replace all the elaborate paintings in Castle Dimitrescu with detailed frames from SpongeBob. You'll be fleeing Lady D and her daughters through the castle's gilded halls surrounded by surreal cartoon images, some of which you may recognize from your favorite episodes. It's very weird that someone would even have this idea, but we're glad they did. Lady X by Zombie Ali.
Oh, be careful what you wish for, Ethan Winters.
Maybe you're playing through Village and wishing some parts were more like Resident Evil 2. You might want it to be scarier or want the stalker enemies to be harder to dodge. If that's the case, you should check out this mod that reskins Lady Dimitrescu to look more like Mr. X, everybody's favorite unstoppable tyrant. She already had his towering stature, but now she has his trademark gray metallic skin too, though unfortunately you can't swap her existing hat for his fedora. But since she still has her giant retractable claws, this only serves to make her even more formidable.
You'll be sliced to ribbons before you ever see the child.
Mini-Me Chris and Baby over Chris Face by J. Tegius Kidius.
Alright, Ethan. Alright. I guess I owe you an explanation.
These two mods work best when they're installed together. Mini-Me Chris and Baby over Chris Face are complementary modifications from the same author. The first will switch Rose Winters' head with Chris Redfield's in the game's opening, while the latter will put Rose's head over Chris's, making him look like a giant, monstrous baby. Even installing just one of these mods will make your playthrough more insane than Village already is, but install both and you might struggle to actually get through the prologue from laughing too hard. It's easily one of the funniest mods the entire franchise has ever produced. There's nothing quite like Mia reading Chris a bedtime story.
I'll finish dinner.
Count Theodora by Crazy Potato.
I regret to inform you that Ethan Winters has escaped that fool Heisenberg.
For years, it's been tradition to mod popular children's character Thomas the Tank Engine into various games, whether that's switching out all the dragons in Skyrim or replacing Mr. X in 2019's Resident Evil 2. This mod is one of the most disturbing yet, since instead of simply swapping Lady D for Thomas, only her head is altered to look like him. This makes every encounter even more nightmarish. All the jokes about players being into Lady Dimitrescu will be replaced with pure terror when you have this mod installed. It'll definitely make the inevitable replays even more fun. You really don't want to be face to face with Count Theodora. Check out these other great clips from MojoPlays, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.